So fucking drunk, back again with yet another attempt at a beer review. The one I'm going to review, still staying in the Scottish theme, and it's William Brothers, and it's the birds and the bees, and the peppermint trees. It doesn't actually say that in the label, but I just added that in. 4.3 on the Richter scale for this bad boy. This is one that I've actually seen about. Not a big William Brothers fan. When I started drinking craft beers a few years ago, came out of the darkness of lager. William Brothers was one of the sort of beers I tried at first because I was a big fan. When I was drinking lagers, I was a bit of a fan of Free Oak because I had tried that in a pub I used to work in. The manager was a big fan of Free Oak, and he used to just force bottles of it on me, and I quite enjoyed it. The Free Oak, it's got its critics out there, mostly in the East Coast. You know who you are, Minty. Free Oak to me was a really nice beer. It was a nice introduction to different Scottish craft beers. But since I went in here, I've tried quite a lot of the William Brothers range. And in the early days, when you still had the lager in your head and you were trying these beers, you go, no, I'd rather have something else, sort of thing. So maybe a few years on, I'm starting to appreciate more of the flavours and the aromas. So anyway, we'll go in here and we'll give it a pour. I'm starting to appreciate more of the aromas and the flavours of some of these beers, but I'm still not won over by William Brothers. I have reviewed quite a lot of their beers, and to be honest, some of them are hit and miss, but maybe I reviewed them at the wrong time when I wasn't ready for them. So I'll always revisit a beer. I'll always do that. I've started to do that in my channel, just revisit a beer. So I've got the Birds and Bees. I've never tried this, and the peppermint trees. I can't resist that. It set me up there for a line. So anyway, the Birds and the Bees, 4.3 in the Richter scale. Going to go in here, see what I can pick up on the nose. Right away, a lot of citrus. Picking up on the nose, and I know it's my favourite smell from my childhood. Picking up gooseberries off of that. I'm also reviewed one of their beers ages ago, and the name of it escapes me, but a little bit of Welsh influence in here. The Welsh Druid. It's elderberries. Elderberry? Was there a beer called Elderberry by William Brothers? I can't remember. I've reviewed it anyway. I know what I'm talking about. There's elderberries and there's gooseberries in there, and I would know gooseberries anyway because it's a smell from my childhood. From I used to go to my gran's, and she was the only woman in the world that I've ever seen a gooseberry jam pot on her table, and we used to get it on her toast when we were kids. And I've searched all the supermarkets, maybe not high and low, but I've searched them for gooseberry jam and I can't find it. Can't find it. My gran was Irish, and he used to go to Ireland, and it's just one of those smells from your childhood that if you walked into a door and you get a whiff of it, you go, my childhood. It's just taking you back. Brilliant. Sense of smell. That sense of smell is just like a memory to me. It will always take you back to a time when it was brilliant. And that was with my gran. God rest her. So anyway, I'm going to go in here now for the Birds and Bees. Yes, and the peppermint trees. So anyway, by William Brothers, 4.3 on a Richter scale. See what it has to come up with. Well, right away, what I've got galloping right past the flavours I was picking out my nose is lemon. Lemon he's just came right through there and says, "You two get out of the way." Very sharp, very taut, lemon citrus. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's kind of overpowering the other, the gooseberry. The elderberry as well, because the elderberry is quite a strong aroma. But like I said, it's just came that it's like it's just went like that. And the two of them, get away! I'm coming in here, and don't get me wrong, it's quite nice, it's quite sharp, but it is disappointing to a certain extent. Gooseberry's starting to come back into it again, but the lemon citrus to me is too overpowering in this beer. It was lovely on the nose, and see when you go in for a nose, you're picking out those lovely gooseberry notes out of it, and the elderberry as well. And then suddenly when you go to drink it, they're getting pushed out of the way like two young children, and the big guy's coming in there, the lemon, and he's overpowered the drink. That's what I'm getting from that anyway. Don't get me wrong, if you're outside, it's a nice hot day or something like that, you'd neck it. You would, like, if you went into someone's house and it was a barbecue and they said, would you like a lager? And you go, no, you get anything else? They'll say, I've got a Bird and the Bees, William Bird's beer. Oh, give me that, it's nice and cold. You would drink that cold. It's got a nice sharp, almost, I'm going to use the term IPA-ish, because IPA-ish to me, like so we know it's grapefruit, but there's no grapefruit in this, but the lemon's overpowering. Like so with some of the IPAs, I'm not a great IPA fan, but some of them are overpowering. They just dominate the drink, and that's what you're getting from this. The lemon's too sharp in it. It's a shame because it's got nice aromas on the nose. Really is a shame. So anyway, I'm going to give the Birds and the Bees and the Peppermint Trees 4.3 in the Richter scale. By the way, brothers, it's not a bad brew. It's not a bad brew, believe it or not, it's not. It actually smells better on the nose than what you're going to get in a glass. That's the only way to describe it for me anyway. So I'm going to give that a Sofa King drunk rating of, I'm going to give that a 6.5 out of 10. So anyway, if you've had a go at the Birds and the Bees and the Peppermint Trees, give us a shout, and if not, Sofa King drunk, catch you in another beer review. Sanjiva, keep drinking the good beers. Minty geezer shout when there's any more good beers on the offer.